then. Okay. Malware. Attacking, wait, this is not the first slide, is it? Okay. Let's talk about malware. Malware is a big issue right now. Kind of funny story. A publisher we have used in the past. I complained about a textbook. First of all, I complained about two things. Internet of Things, they covered it in a paragraph, in a sentence. How many of you think that the internet connected devices in our home is a fad and will be gone in a year? No, there's going to be more. We're going to have more and more stuff connected. Everything's going to be connected. Now, malware they covered in one paragraph. They said, malware's not that big a deal. What? So I was not happy with that guy. Okay, so let's talk about malware. Malicious software. It enters a computer without your permission and does stuff it's not supposed to do. Okay. Okay, it has a payload, which could be to steal your identity, to do whatever. Okay, it's a general term that encompasses many items. We're going to talk about a bunch of those. It says can be classified by the user primary trait that the malware possesses. Circulation. It wants to go everywhere. They want more people to get infected with it. Okay, the infection, you know, it can be memory resident. Actually, a thing that's going on right now is rather than the virus and the malware installing on your machine, because you can detect it and clean it, it stays resident in memory, which means as long as your machine's running, it's infected, you reboot your machine, it goes away. But your antivirus can't catch it either because it's never written to the hard drive. So that's a new way of they're doing it. Concealment, they don't want you to know about. We're going to talk about a couple things about that here in a minute. And payload capabilities, what can it do? There's a book out there called 0 Days. Oh, amazing. They have a movie. I'm going to watch it one of these days for our cyber club. It's about the Stuxnet virus. It's amazing. I read the book. It's good. You got to read it. Okay. There's two main types out there, viruses and worms. We're going to talk about the difference of them. A virus is malicious computer code that reproduces itself on the same computer. Okay. There's a program virus, which is a program that got infected. Maybe I downloaded the program. Or a macro virus. Now, like in Word, you can run macros. In Excel, you can run macros like do calculations. Well, there's macro viruses as well. Okay. So there's just lots of different versions of those out there. Now, I included part of the slide here. The book came with the slide on the picture on the left. It talks about how in your program code, you could add a jump command to tell it to jump somewhere and do something. Maybe jump over here and run this virus. Well, I actually put an example of an actual jump. Wow, and I forgot the L. Oh, well, it's no big deal. But that's what a jump command looks like. The JNE jump not equal to, the JMP is jump. So basically, it's going to get down here. When it says JMP L2, it's going to jump over L1 to L2. That's just what a actual assembly language command would look like if you're reading a program. I just wanted to just see. These are called mnemonics. When you write a program in Java, in Python, in whatever, it's all converted basically down to assembly language. And this is what it actually looks like. So kind of cool stuff. And we actually teach a class in reverse engineering about all this, how it actually works. And here's a bunch of other commands about jump conditions. You can tell, again, jump is to jump somewhere. You can tell it to jump like JNC, jump with no carry. There's a carry flag, which there's just lots of different ways, and viruses use a lot of these. So if you click a certain link, it'll make it jump to a certain portion in code. Now there's even viruses that if they detect that you have a specific virus scanner running, they will actually morph themselves to the point where the virus scanner will no longer detect them. So it's crazy what they can do. They're basically just changing themselves on the way. But jump, a big deal. And again, we teach this a whole bunch in another class. But I just wanted to give you the sense that there's a lot involved in jumping. And they can jump for all kinds of different reasons. Okay, so this is most viruses go to great lengths to avoid detection. Like I said, some of them even mask themselves so they look different. Okay, there's Swiss cheese infections. They infect themselves into different executable code that's moved around. You can actually even have multiple jump commands. You can have a jump that goes here and goes back. Because a virus scanner, if you don't know how they work, they're what's called signature-based. So we detect a virus, okay? So each fall, don't they give us all virus shots? They think they know what the virus is going to be, so they develop a shot and give it all to us. Well, aren't they pretty much always wrong?
Pretty much.
Well, that's what the virus scanner does in our computer. They detect a virus, then the virus scanner knows for that specific virus, and anytime it sees it, it kills it. But what if it never sees again? What if the virus has morphed itself? It's no longer the same, so it won't detect it. So they change a lot. Split infection, they go in two different parts. Mutation, like I said, they can change. Every time they run, they can change. We're going to talk about ransomware here in a minute, but you can go online for about $400 and you can buy a virus. And they will guarantee it will never fail. Because the moment it fails, they will recode it for you so it looks different. Isn't that awesome? So you could buy a virus, start affecting everybody's computer the moment people detect it. Say, call them up, and they'll give you a brand new version of it. It's included. It's like, lifetime guarantee kind of thing. So it's crazy. I bought a sink for my kitchen. It's kind of a waste of this. And the little things in the bottom that make the water come out, what do they call it? Those little screens on them. Screen got full of dirt, so I took it off and cleaned it. But after taking on and off a bunch of times, I kind of stripped it out. You know what I'm talking about? You can imagine doing that. So I wanted to buy one online, so I contacted the manufacturer. I'm like, hey, I want to buy this new faucet thing. And they're like, nope, we'll sell it to you. What? They're like, because you got a lifetime guarantee. I just need proof you bought it. I'm like, I don't have proof. Just send me one. They're like, no, we will not sell you one. You need to take 24 hours to see if you can find the receipt first. That's what you did. I found the receipt. They fixed it for free. So he's like, no, I'm not going to let you spend your money. You're going to look for it first. Okay? Kind of weird. Kind of a weird person. So, okay, so here's our code. It could decrypt part 1, then it goes up to decrypt part 2. So it could do it in pieces so that our virus scanners don't even know about it. It's just scary the way it all works. Okay? Here you can see it jumps to one piece and does something else. It jumps back up. So maybe the virus scanner knows about it when the virus is all in one spot. But then it morphs it so it's in 5 different spots now. It's just crazy the way they do it nowadays. Okay. It performed 2 actions. This is unloads a payload to perform an action, and then reproduction. There was a virus called NIMDA. Anyone ever heard of NIMDA? NIMDA was admin backwards, basically. It was a virus, but also functioned as a worm. Okay. A worm replicates by itself. You do not have to click on it. Automatically replicates. NIMDA executed by clicking on it or replicating across the network by itself. But I was taking care of this company. I can't remember the darn name now. Across town. They got infected with it. Infected every computer on the network. So the only way to clean it was I had to turn the network off and clean every machine. Because it infected automatically through the network. The moment we found a network share, it just went across the network and infected other machines. So I turned off the entire network, and I was cleaning one computer after another. It was really late one night. I had to go home. So I left a note that says, do not turn on the network. I'll be back in the morning to finish. The owner came in, no, I just got to send this one email. Turn on the network. Oh, infected everything again. And start all over again. But yeah, it kind of sucked. Okay. So it says it could cause your computer to repeatedly crash. This Stuxnet virus, it was built to infect lots of things. But it only maliciously attacked one, a Siemens microcontroller that controlled the centrifuge for a nuclear reactor. It was made specifically to infect one thing. The problem, the way they found it, I forget the name, I think it was Kaspersky. No, it wasn't Kaspersky. Forget which company found it. But a lot of computers got infected with it. But it was benign. It did nothing. All it kept saying was, are you a Siemens microcontroller? If you're not, it didn't do nothing. So basically, if this machine got infected, it says, are you a Siemens microcontroller? No, so it just would sit there. Well, it got on a machine, caused it to continually reboot. They were trying to look, why is this machine rebooting? They found this piece of code, they didn't know what it does, and that's when they found the Stuxnet virus. So, kind of scary stuff. Okay. Could also erase or format your hard drive, turn off security settings, lots of different things they can do. Okay. A worm, malicious code, but this way it replicates by itself. Does not need to be activated, does not need to be clicked on. Okay. They can consume resources, they can leave behind a payload, they can do all kinds of stuff. Okay. They can delete your files, they can allow remote control, there's lots of things you can do with it. Okay. Okay, so a virus inserts malicious code into a program. A worm exploits a vulnerability. So pretty much the same. The real main difference, a virus has to be executed, a worm replicates on itself. So that's really the only difference. Okay. Okay, 3 examples of malware. We have Trojans, ransomware, and crypto malware. We're going to look at some examples here in a second. A Trojan. You all seen the movie Troy, Trojan horse kind of thing. You know, an executable program that does something other than advertised. Years ago, I used to take care of a law firm downtown called Short, Wiggins, Margo, and Butts, SWNB. I took care of their network. And the person in charge, like the head admin lady, she loved themes. You ever seen themes on a computer? That's where the mouse turns into a, your pointer turns into a chicken, and when you click it, it goes click on Easter or whatever. I mean, with all the pictures and all the sounds, it always has so many issues. But the whole office, had so many things. Finally, I talked to her. Her name was Jean. I said, Jean, can we do an experiment? Let's go 1 week with no themes. I mean, turn off your themes, go an entire week, see if we have any issues. So no problem. Everybody's good for it. So we turned off all the themes on all the computers. No issues whatsoever. So then the week I said, Jean, what do you think? She goes, you're right. There wasn't a single problem. But I write the check and I like my themes. I'm like, then you put those babies back on there. I'll be back on the business. So, but the point is, and there was one out there called the butterfly screensaver. I just don't know. I remember the specific one. The butterfly screensaver was free. So you download it, and it puts butterflies on your screen. Well, it was written by a company called Gain Publishing. So if this is free, why is it written by a publishing company? So what do you think it did? It had to have some sort of ad capabilities. You know, it's terrible with Amazon and Facebook and all. Did you ever search for something, like in Google or on with your phone, then all of a sudden you get ads for it in Facebook, or you get ads for it on your computer, or ads, whatever? Me and my wife were joking the other day. We have a Sonos speaker that has Alexa on it. So we were talking about some stupid topic, some off the wall, just to see if it would appear in our search results. Like, boy, I wonder if I could buy a, potato chip today, or, Point is, you don't know what these things do. And just pick, Facebook, how much y'all pay for Facebook? It's free. What do y'all pay for Google? It's free. Yet they're worth billions and billions because they sell ads. Here's what I did this about 3 years ago. I went onto my Facebook profile, changed myself into a teenage female. Wow. And I got all that stuff. Change it to an old white guy. Guess what? You're going to be getting Viagra, razors, all that stuff. Because they sell that. Google has even admitted to reading your email. They provided ads based upon the overall theme of your email. So if I send my wife an email, hey, it's the time of the month, whatever, I'm going to get an ad for that all of a sudden. So Google even admits to doing that. So is that kind of bad? But then you got to look at it. What do we pay for Google? No. Did you notice how Google's always in beta? Do you know why? Beta software does not have to pass any official security screening. It's not the real software. We're still testing it forever. It's kind of scary, okay? There's also remote access Trojans, allow you to remotely get into someone's computer. Is anyone still online, or are you all sleeping? Someone has to say something.
I'm here.
Okay. Oh, there. Good. A bunch of you. Good. Okay. Just making sure. Make sure you weren't sleeping. Okay. Ransomware. This is I told you about that $400 you can spend to get your own personalized ransomware that you can infect your friends with. It'd be cool. Okay, here's an example of what it looks like. It's about 3 years ago now. I was up here on a Saturday. By the way, if you ever want help, I'm always up here Saturdays and Sundays. I work 7 days a week. That's why I get a lot of work done, because no one's here. But I had a student come into my office on a Saturday morning and shut the door. Kind of freaks me out whenever a student does this. He walks in, he's like, I need your help. I'm like, okay. He goes, and he shows me a screen. The picture looks similar to this picture. Picture bases that your computer has been caught accessing child pornography from the FBI, pays $200. I'm like, what? So I look at it, and he goes, I bought, the money pack virus is what it was. He went out and bought the money pack for $200, just hadn't put the code in yet. And I said, oh, no, it's just a virus. He's like, what? I said, that's not real. Because he's freaking out. He's trying to become a U.S. citizen. What are you trying to do, that green card thing? Yeah. And he's like, oh, my God. He's like, you're serious. It's not real. So I real quickly cleaned his computer, got the virus off. He's like, so it's gone? I'm like, yeah, dude, it was just fake. So he calls his mom, Mom, it's not real. It was a fake. I'm not going to jail. I said, first of all, think about it. Just think for a second. The FBI catches you surfing child pornography or sharing child pornography. Are they going to say pay me $200? No, they're going to be paying me 20 years in jail. They're going to be at the door. They're going to be arrested. They're not going to say pay me $200, but we don't think. We get so, oh my God, what's happening? Oh my God. Yeah, but so yeah, that was a funny story. Okay, a lot of these here. Yeah, they'll come on your computer and they'll say, whoa, you got 4,000 viruses. No, you don't. You start clicking that, you're gonna. What it is, it's something that appears to look legit. And what happens here is you can get this for free. And it's going to say, oh, clear them all for you. It's going to clear off all, in this case, all 32 viruses for free. What's going to happen about a week later? Whoa, I got a few more viruses. No problem. I'm going to clean them for free. Third week, oh, I can't clean these. These are tough. $19.95, please. And you can pay that. Oh, good, they're clean. Next is even tougher. $49.95, please. That's what they do. There was never. I mean,
those come pre-installed now.
What now?
Those come pre-installed now. My new tablet had all kinds of bloatware and crap.
It does. And you know, it was Dell Dimensions. If years ago you bought the Dell Dimension, it came with all that stuff. It's called bloatware, like it says. But if you bought the Dell Optiplex, it had nothing. So I mean, it's crazy, but people fall for this stuff. Just stop clicking. Yeah, I used to take care of a company called Aerospace Reports. They were the best clients in the world because if I told them to buy something, they bought it. If I said buy this $5,000 company, they bought it, and they had no problems. But once in a while, they click on stuff they shouldn't and get infected, and they were, you know, I'd go over and clean it for them. I finally talked them into it. You don't click nothing without calling me, unless you're 100% positive. Because this right here, if you saw this on your screen, you're fine. You're not infected yet. The moment you click remove or support, that's when you get infected. What do? You turn the machine on. So I started, you know, I have them down. It says, okay, if you're ever worried, stop immediately. Because, yeah, you can waste 10 minutes calling me and get me on the phone, or a day or two while rebuild your system to get infected with the virus. So they'd stop and call me. Okay, no, you're good, or you're bad. I take care of them. Because that right there, all you got to do is close out your browser process, and it's clean, it's gone. Not infected yet. It's just waiting for you to click the button. It's kind of like a go button. It's just labeled like that. Okay. So if you ever get this stuff, turn off your computer. You're good. Okay. Crypto malware says a more malicious form of ransomware where they actually encrypt your files now. This was a big deal. Okay. It's not as big a deal right now because they found out the main component that they're not able to morph, so they're able to detect it easier. Even the FBI has admitted to get affected with this. Okay, you know, we had an FBI speaker at a luncheon I host every second Tuesday of each month. And it was funny because the guy speaking was saying, you know, we never, ever say pay the money unless you want your files back. Some of your files are encrypted, you don't have a backup, guess what? Yeah, y'all have backup of all your files. Anybody? Okay, how about online? Any of you got a backup? Okay, if they don't have a backup. Will anyone admit that? Because I'll tell you why. Rose State's Google account, free, unlimited storage space for life, free, unlimited computer backup as well. It's free. Install Google Drive on your home computer. Go to the right corner, say backup computer, done. I mean, it's free for life. I mean, I have 3 terabytes of data in mine. That's a lot of data. So free for life. Even if you quit Rose State, you still got it. Just get it. And it's a backup for free. So if you get infected with a malware and you got a backup, no big deal. Reinstall your OS and download your files again. Not a problem. But I have a backup of a backup, and I have critical files were backed up. I'll tell you, when I was going to the University of Tulsa that last semester there, I was working on this really tough project. And about every hour, I would remotely make a backup of it. But I would rename it so it's like multiple, so an archive of different versions. Because that way I could always roll back to one. Because, oh, screwed that up, go back and undo it. But I tell you, it saves your life. So if you don't have a backup, you do. It's free. It's called Google Drive. It's actually called, it's not Google Drive, it's Google Backup and Sync now. Called Google Backup and Sync. It comes free with your student email account. Please use it. It's amazing. Okay? All right. And that's kind of what they look like. They'll encrypt your files. And if you don't pay that money, you will not get your files back unless you have a backup. There ain't no way I'm doing it. It's encrypted with public key, which we're going to learn about in another chapter.
Is the crypto malware stuff the stuff they use to attack like the hospitals and stuff? Like I read in.
Yes, they've done it. Yes, they have. And the deal with hospitals, they weren't backing up their systems and they needed access right away. So it's like, see,
They had to pay.
Here's where they screwed up. The crypto malware basically charged everybody about $200. So I could see charging 10 Dewey $200. But if you got like Mercy Hospital System, charging them $200,000, you know? But they didn't. They charged everybody the same amount. So they could have made a ton more money, but they didn't. Okay? See what I'm saying? They didn't. So, okay. So rootkits is a software tool used in attackers to hide actions. And actually, we can see a picture in it, but rootkits can be configured to do all kinds of different things. They may alter your operating system to only show you certain things. I think we have a picture over here. Okay, in this picture here, on the left side, you'll see there's 4 folders. On the right side, there's only 3. Okay. You can configure the rootkit to hide a specific name, to hide the word root. And you will never see the word root again. Anytime it just hides. I mean, it's crazy stuff. I went through a forensics class and we did that. I need to do a lab in that because that'd be amazing. Maybe I'll do one for this class. I'll see if I can find it. But rootkits are very configurable. You can make them do anything. And they're called rootkits because they load as soon as the operating system loads. So you can make a rootkit that hides Windows 30, System 32. Even though it's there, Windows can't run anymore. So there's just all kinds of crazy stuff you can do with rootkits. Okay. It says destructive power malware can be found in its payloads. They can collect your data. They can delete data. They can modify. They can launch attacks. They can send stuff to other people. They can do all kinds of stuff. So lots of different stuff there. Okay, malware, we have spyware and adware. They spy on you and they send you ads. Okay. It's not as popular as it was, but it's still an issue. Okay, I mean, if I'm looking for AT&T, do I really want to get an ad for Verizon? No, I want AT&T. But what the adware was is, oh, he's looking for AT&T. We're going to give him Singular and Verizon and everybody else. So that's what adware is. Okay, spyware says software that gathers information about what you're doing. Capture your banks, capture everything. Okay? There's also keyloggers can actually capture keystrokes. Years ago, I did a study, and it was found that 98% of viruses and malware had keyloggers built into them. They all weren't using them. It's kind of like if you have an Android phone, there was a big deal a while back. If you installed Flashlight, it wanted access to your contacts. Why would the Flashlight need access to your contacts? Think about that for a second. Yeah. So anyone here have an Android phone? Anybody? 3 of you? Okay. Let me show you something real quick. This is off topic, but I got to show you. Oh, get off the screen. I'm going to go over here to. Okay, y'all know what Maps is? Y'all Google Maps? Okay, good. Y'all know how we can go up here and say, show me some traffic? Y'all know that? Yeah. Okay, so I can look over here. And I can look by my house, and there's no traffic right now, which is, I live right here, no traffic there. But what I want to know is, say I go way down here to Pink, Oklahoma. Yeah, naturally get up. Okay, we'll go over here to this Harrow Road. Okay, this is Harrow Road in 194th. Okay? So how does Google know the traffic speed? You know the sensors on the highways? But do they have a sensor on Harrow in 194? No. Unless you turn it off, Google is always transmitting your location speed. Always. So when you drive home tonight from Rose State, It's going to be telling Google where you're going, how fast you're going. It's only on Android devices, unless you're running Google Maps on an iPhone and it's active. But, I mean, that's kind of scary. People don't realize that your phones, unless you turn it off, are actually reporting data. Because I was actually down here in Pink, Oklahoma one day, right, near here, and I'm like, how the heck does Google know what the traffic is? And I was on some little back road, back here. I'm like, wait a minute. I had Google Maps up. Yeah, that's what it is. Because it actually, and you can look, it's actually there, it's a true story, but it actually broadcasts your speed and location at all times on an Android device unless you turn it off. Because you can tell people are coming to a stop sign, that's why it's slower. Then you go again, so kind of cool. So there you go, that's your bad talking Android for the day. All right, but keyloggers, they can capture keystrokes. When you log into your bank, they can capture whatever you want to do. Okay, it can be a small piece of, it can be a hardware device that plugs in. I mean, they look like USB drives now. There's none on this computer, but how many of you check your ports on your computer for USB drives? Nobody does. But very easily, someone could walk in here between classes, plug one right in, and I'd never know it. So pretty scary stuff. Okay. So the advantages of using software keyloggers is that normally your computer can catch them, but not always. Okay. Here's what some of them look like. I ran a keylogger for a client of mine. They're very controlling of their employees. They hired me, so I did what they were told. I was told. But every now and then they look at the logs and see what the employees were doing, and I'm assuming they told them about it. I don't know, but I just didn't feel right doing it. But they hired me, so what do you think? If your work was running a keylogger, would you be happy? Would it stop you from doing personal business? I think it would.
I would just assume that they have one anyway.
Yes. Well, the reason is this company, they were a sales company. They sold a lot of stuff. Well, this one guy had his desk set so they couldn't see what he was doing. And they were always like, so what are you doing over there? Oh, I'm UPS, shipping products. No, he actually was stealing the list, and he was watching pornography as well. Because we captured it, and sure enough, he was on porn all the time and everything else. And then we found out he was actually looking for a new job. Then he was copying the mailing list and sending it to his other company. So I'm glad they did it, but it was kind of bad. Okay, here's what they could look like. Could just look like a USB drive. Okay, adware says delivers advertising content. Okay, so adware is not as popular anymore because now it's built into, I mean, Google does it differently. They have something called AdSense. Okay, that's why Google, Google's webpage has nothing on it. Now there's targeted ads, but those targeted ads on the right, once you search for something, those where people pay for every single click. They're like, you know what? I'm NEC and I'm trying to sell this specific remote. So anytime someone types in computer remote or whatever, that my ad is going to appear. So they're very targeted what they do. Okay, so they're not as annoying as some of the other ones. Okay, they can display objectionable content. I took care of St. Philip Neri right up here, Catholic school. I took care of their computers for years. Principal called me one day. She says, Ken, I think I've got a virus. No problem, I'll come take care. She goes, not a big deal, just when you get a chance. So what does that mean? Is it critical? No, she said, when I get a chance. So I went over the next day. In the principal's office, she was infected with WinFixer 2000, which displayed random pornographic images. This is the principal's office in a Catholic school where she had kids on timeout. I'm like, dude, you should have told me immediately. I would have been there. But she's like, no big deal. I had the screen turned backwards and no one could see it. They just didn't use it on mine. No, that's not good. But that was actually WinFixer 2000 was the only virus I was never able to remove. I ended up formatting the machine. I could not get rid of it. It was tough. Okay. They can put pop-up ads. They can also put pop-under ads. That's what no longer pops up on top of your browser. They pop up below it. So when you close your browser, oh, look, there's an ad for peanut butter or something. Okay. Unauthorized advertisements can be on there. Logic bombs, they can also do something at a certain date. I'm really pissed off here, and whenever my name disappears from the Rose State network, it's going to take down the network. That would be a logic bomb, something like that. It's actually happened. Not for me, though. Not here either. Backdoors give remote access into a system, a backdoor away, kind of like here, a backdoor into the classroom. Okay, bot or zombie, maybe your machine. If you ever want to read something, search for something called Ghost Exodus. Okay, he's a big-time hacker who got caught, but there's actually a video of him infecting a computer with a virus. It's like James Bond music with this Ghost Exodus. Infiltrating. Here's the darn security guard at the company. He's like, I social engineered my way into the building. You're a security guard. But it was funny. It's called Ghost Exit. It's kind of funny. But bot means your computer can be taken over. It can be used to do something. It's like a robot. Someone could get in here remotely and then take over the rest of the network. All right, social engineering. You know, Mary, our secretary, is the sweetest person you ever want to know. How much computer skills do you think she has? Basically 0. So I could probably talk her out of her password in about 2 seconds. Social engineering is, taking advantage of other people, relying on, what if I walked up to Mary and said, you know what, Mary? I need you to go do something. I need you to run to the mailroom for me for a second. I'll sit here and watch the office for you. Mary would probably get up and go right down to the mailroom for me, and I would have access to her machine because she wouldn't know better to even lock her machine. Okay, so social engineering a big deal. Psychological approach, persuade people to do stuff. Oh, there's some chat messages. Sorry, I'm almost done here. Okay, there's just lots of different reasons. I can impersonate someone. I can walk up, pretend I'm UPS or whoever. We actually do the thing here. We broke into computers at Rose State, and it was kind of funny pretending to be IT services people. Okay, phishing. That's sending out emails, and I'm actually going to show you a picture of one here real quick. Okay, well, this is their example. Mine's better. Let's look at spam. Okay, this is mine. I got this mail on Thursday of last week. I got this. Looks legit so far, doesn't it? Hey, looks like someone bought something. So I opened it up, and sure enough, someone bought Mobile Legends on my iTunes account. It came to me last Thursday. So what do? Okay, that's when it was bought. So this came to you. What would you do? Well, the only link on there is the order ID. I'm going to be upset because someone just bought whatever it costs, $19.9, whatever. I forget the total was at the bottom. But if I'm not thinking, first of all, if you look at this, you'll notice the ship to information is not me. I'm not whatever that name is. But maybe someone stole my account and is buying something and shipping it to their house. So I could get this, and I could click on that link. But do you know what happens when you put the mouse over a link but not clicking on it? Well, it tells you where the link's actually going. If you look at that, does that look like it's going to Apple or iTunes or any version of that? This is going to ppt.cc. Probably should not click that link, but I always click the links. But I clicked them on my iPhone, so I will not get infected. So I clicked it on my iPhone, that's what I got. Whoa, we got a deceptive website coming that wants to steal my credit card information. So tell you, if you're ever worried, click it on a Mac or an iPhone. Here's why, not just because everybody sucks or anything. Yeah, there has not been an incident of an Apple getting infected with a virus. Okay, there's been one. The one was in a Chinese certificate got stolen. But unless you jailbreak your phone, it's not going to get infected. Most viruses are written for what? What's the #1 operating system out there? Windows. So what are viruses written for? Windows. So I open up my iPhone, it's like, I don't do this. So this link, I tried to go from here, but the darn thing was already fixed. Darn it. They usually only last a few hours. Then someone detects them, and then they get rid of them. But I couldn't go beyond this, so it wouldn't let me go past it. But the point is, click on your iPhone, and you're fine. People say to me all the time, I click on them, oh, that didn't go nowhere, so it's a bad link. But, don't just see this stuff and, man, someone stole whatever, Think for a second, If put your mouse over, you can see where it's really going. Okay. Hoaxes, false warnings, usually claiming to come from the IT department or that you spent money at IT or at Apple. Okay. Watering holes, a malicious attack that's directed toward a small group of specific individuals who visit the same website. Maybe there's I don't know, some small website they want to get everybody. I don't know. Okay, there's also something called dumpster diving and tailgating. Dumpster diving is going through people's trash. It's amazing what people throw away. Tailgating, maybe you got a gym membership and you got the little fobs, you can go in the gym at night. So you're walking up to the door, hey, hold it for a second, and you left the guy in behind you. That's tailgating. Okay, not a good thing either. Okay, all right, yeah, following behind someone, getting access to a building. Okay. So you're going through the gym over here, you got to put your card in, and the door unlocks. So who should go through the door? Just the person with the card. But you know they always let everybody else through the door too. So happens all the time. Okay, that's the end of chapter 2. Okay, so we stop the recording.